Looking at Broadcom right here. So we have this upper trend line kind of right around that 231, 232 area. We kind of place this on the weekly chart. So it's not actually correct when we get closer in here on the daily chart. But anyway, the fact still remains it's all around here. That's going to be the level that we're going to kind of keep an eye on and keep a watch on. But we have to keep in mind here that basically we're up around here. Thursday's trading session going into aftermarket pre-market. Then we had that big tank in here, kind of reverting back to the mean on Friday, which is completely fine. Closed at 228.61, but the problem comes after hours, right? So obviously with the big downgrade, everything kind of tanked aftermarket, but it's going to be interesting to see where we're going to be gapping up to or how far we're going to be gapping down come Monday's trading session. So that's going to be the question in here. But currently, we're after market where we ended up is about 223. So where does that put us here on the daily chart? It kind of puts us in no man's land because we're not really by this 9-day EMA that's currently trading at 220. We're not by this 226 level in here, which is a good support for us. So we're kind of in between. So if we do open up in between 220 and 226, then obviously those are going to be the areas that we're going to watch. Anything above 226, then obviously 230 is going to be the magic number in there, 230, 231, that is. And then anything below 220, we're looking for a gap to fill down here right around this 209 level. So really 211 is going to be the area for support, but really we have to worry about this gap fill first. So an overrun, try to get those $2 and some change in here to the 209s and then kind of sit back up on this 211 and then set up shop there. That's probably what's going to happen. But we are overbought here on our RSI in the daily. You can see we're at the top of our upper trend line there. If you go to the weekly, we're not really overbought per se, but we are getting close in here. We're up around that $60 range, so a little bit above neutral. So a little bit of I guess consolidation in here, just to take a breather up here would be fine, and a pullback to the 220s or even below to that 209 in here to fill this gap would be healthy. Although that is going to be a big drawdown from where we ended up closing on Friday. Now, IV rank in here is at 42, so you got a lot of IV in here, and especially you're going to have more come Monday if we do get a large pullback in here. So kind of keep that in mind. $10 expected move by this Friday, next Friday, 14. June 5th, aftermarket, that's going to be your earnings cycle, or that's going to be your earnings in Broadcom. So we kind of have to worry about that here in a few weeks. So maybe it's overall a good thing that we pull back in here. 209 might have to come back down here, touch the 180s before we kind of work our way into that earnings cycle for a little bit of a push and a run. I don't know. But again, that's kind of what we're seeing here on the chart. We'll see what happens in this upcoming trading week. Again, 230, 231. That's what we're looking at. 226, 220, and then all the way down here, 209 gap fill that we have to worry about on the daily and the weekly charts. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you're interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.